This is Tyson Rabney from the Quality Audio Video Showroom in Centennial, Colorado. I've got Mike Neidig with Lumberjack HVAC here, and we're going to start with a basic question. What in the world is a smart thermostat?
Typically, you have different types of smart thermostats. You have ones that have just basic as, a zone sensing ability, which is a sensor on the wall. You can average rooms to geofencing, which is where you can set a parameter and it pings off your phone. It knows when you're 5 miles away, 10 miles away. It'll bring your heating and cooling system onto your preferences. All the way to Z-Wave or any kind of other capability to add on door locks, lighting, garage tilt sensors, mouse traps that kill them with electricity. Kind of crazy.
That is wild. Yeah, I think it's good to point out, right? Like, I think traditionally people, with a dumb thermostat, walk up to it, you put it on 77 degrees, you forget, and it's just running at full bore, doesn't know to turn off, turn down, adjust. It doesn't sense that somebody's not there. Right? There's no control of it remotely to affect temperature and these sort of things. So would you agree that like a smart thermostat definitely helps with improving efficiency of the system and lowering overall utility costs?
Absolutely. And speaking of, it's a good point, utility costs. A lot of people don't know that 50+% of your utility bill is your furnace, is your AC, is your water heater.
Absolutely. Right. So maybe the cost of a smart thermostat is higher up front.
Initial cost, yeah.
Right, but we're talking about a lot of return on investment by reducing that 50% consumption overall from the HVAC system by making it smarter, lowering the temperature, adjusting the temperature when people aren't in the room or using the system. I think another important thing to ask and bring up here is, when should someone that's building a home bring in the low voltage contractor or the HVAC contractor to start working through this process?
I would say it would be a very good idea to incorporate that in the entire process from ground up, because then we have, once, especially before drywall's up at least, because then we have access to run our control cables if we need that, or determine locations or change things. If we say, hey, we want something here, and then we change our mind, there's still an ability to do that, versus when you have the walls up, you can still do it, but it causes some damage to the wall and different things like that, where you might have to drill through the floor, and all this stuff can be avoided with simple planning. And
yeah, I would totally agree with that. Coordination is paramount. Getting the HVAC contractor, the low voltage contractor, to work with each other will avoid disasters down the road, will ensure that everything is seamlessly operating together and giving you the design and function that you want out of your system. I couldn't agree with that more. That was well said. One of the things that we're focusing on here, right, is coordination between trades. And so when we use this example here, where there may not have been as much coordination between the trades due to the way things are laid out and how the thermostat is not aligned and et cetera, and we start talking about smart home technology, here we have a simple keypad that is capable of replacing everything on that wall. We could throw a temperature sensor in place for the thermostat portion of it. And then likewise, if we wanted control from the temperature at that same location, put a touchscreen in. But in addition to that, we can still control lighting and motorized shades, audio, video. And at the same point, we have another example here, which is still kind of on the same lines of the temperature sensor, but still giving us all the control that we need. It brings up the question, right? Is there a point where it's too late for someone to start bringing in the smart home features and that sort of thing? So if you've already built a home, can they add smart home technology?
And the answer to that question is absolutely. You can always add it. It's preferred to do before, but like me, I use Trane. I'm a Trane preferred dealer, and I love Trane equipment for furnaces, ACs, stuff like that, but they offer Nexia capability, which is Z-Wave enabled, and it's all wireless. It's all Z-Wave and battery powered, so if you've already built your house, you still have the option to add on to that, and the more Z-Wave products you add, the stronger the signal strength is, and the stronger it is to maintain that whole signal strength for you. And there's lots of different options you can do. You can do doorbells. You can do, front door locks. You can have, mouse. We talked about, I think already, mouse traps, stuff like that, crazy stuff.
That's right.
I mean, you can go to the extent of always going down to the basement. Let's talk equipment again. You got your water heater. You've got your main water line and your shutoff down there. Well, what if you're on vacation and that water line breaks? You don't know. There's nothing to tell you that, right? Well, yes, there is. With Nexia and the Z-Wave, you can do a disc down there. It'll tell you a water sensor, and then there's actually an attachment you can put on your main water shutoff. And if it senses water, it automatically turns and shuts the water off to your house. Saves you thousands of dollars worth of damage.
That's, all excellent points, right? So I think in general, what you have to look at is what's going to be compatible with your existing HVAC system or potentially technology that already exists in the home, and trying to tie those two together. So whether it's Nest or Alarm.com or Crestron or Lutron or Train, I think, just getting your professional to evaluate your technology and see what you have, see what's going to be capable of being compatible with the system that's in place, and then adopting the smart home features so that you can start saving money on your energy bill and getting all the other benefits that we've talked about here today. Thank you guys so much for watching today. A big shout out to Mike with Lumberjack HVAC. You can check him out at lumberjackhvacdenver.com. And I'm Tyson with Quality Audio Video. We are shooting from our Centennial showroom, which was named Best in the World. Again today, so our focus was just to introduce you to smart home thermostats, smart home technology, get you thinking about the whole process when you're building a home, remodeling a home, or just upgrading the technology in your existing home. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below, leave a comment, let us know what you think today, and you can check us out at goqav.com. We'll see you next time.